This is God Rock. Welcome to God Rock, your weekly dose of music and motivation.
No stairway. Denied.
Crank it up. Shake the heavens.
You get to stand there and read at Sodom and Gomorrah. I had to do all the work.
What work did you do? You lit a few fires.
I rained down sulfur, man. There's a subtle difference.
You're listening to God Rock. You're listening to God Rock.
Joseph Rojas, 7th Day Slumber, getting ready to head out on tour. The City Rockfest will be coming our way here in March. Garden City, Kansas is where it'll be happening. And Joseph, thanks for joining us this morning.
Going good, man. Thanks for having me.
Well, you're in Nashville getting ready to go on to this tour. You said it's about 20 days till you head on out, and you've got about 1 million things to do. Tell us a little bit about the tour coming up and what's going on with the City Rockfest Tour here this year.
Well, this is our 5th year doing it, and this is a hard-hitting lineup, a lot of great bands. We've got, 7th Day Slumber, which has done this, for a long time. And I'm in 7th Day Slumber, so I'm pretty excited about that band. But no, we got 7th Day Slumber. You have Righteous Vendetta. You have The Protest, Random Heroes, Zana, Amongst the Giants. It's a crazy lineup. These, the Zana and Random Hero. Zana and The Protest are both on Billboard charts right now at the same time. Then you have all the bands pretty much on. That have done amazing on the charts this year. So you got a hard hitting lineup. It's going to be a lot of fun, a great show, and all the bands are easy going. Even though they've all done their thing in the music industry, they're easy, down to earth, bands that hang out with their fans and talk with people. So you get to meet them, shake their hands, hang out with them. I love being on tour with these guys and gals.
Now, this, you said, was the 5th year for you guys to do this, and I know there's a summer version of it as well that you guys were out on last year. And what does it take to get all these bands together and get to all these cities and just bring it all, in one big package like this?
Well, yeah, it does take a lot. There's, once the summer Rockfest tour is over, we immediately start getting a lineup for the next year. So you're talking about a year out where you start putting bands together again, and a lot of the venues that we go to every year are venues from the first year. They loved it the first year, but we bring new venues on each year as well, and it's a lot of work, but we have great people on board that make calls and help get everything lined up with bands. My wife is the tour manager, and she does an amazing job keeping in touch with all the bands. But, all the bands that are on this tour, every single one of them are just easy going. Once again, they make it easy for us. Even when we have the new promoter that says, hey, look, I've never brought in a tour before, but I'm bringing in this tour because I love the bands, and I love the message and the hope that you guys bring with this tour. I want to do it, and all these bands make it real easy for that promoter, and it's just really cool, man. But it is a lot of work. There's a lot to get ready, set lists and times, and equipment, who's using what. That's why you can't have no rock star attitudes on the tour, because everybody's got to share and everybody's got to be prepared to make it work.
Now, you guys do bring a very strong lineup with you. The summer tour was great. You've got a strong lineup here. What do you do to decide to bring those bands? There are so many great bands right now in the Christian rock scene. How do you whittle it down to just 5?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it? That's very difficult. Honestly, it just depends on. Some bands aren't able to do it because they maybe, like Disciple didn't do it this year because they're recording their brand new record. But we just it's sometimes we do 2 legs of the tour. We'll bring on like 4 artists that are the same on the first leg. We'll bring on like 5 artists that will be the same on the first leg, but on the second leg, 2 of those artists won't be on the second leg of the tour, and we bring 2 brand new artists out. So, or we'll switch 2 artists from the first tour, and switch them out from the second. It really just depends. I don't know. The circumstances have, the circumstances have to be right, and not every band can do the tour. A lot of them want to, but it's just we have to figure out times, and some bands can't be away from their families for that long because it's a 3-month tour. And so, I don't know. That's a great question. It just all falls into place. Let me put it to you that way. But bands are always sending messages to the Rockfest Facebook asking to be on the tour, and they're great sounding bands. We'd love to bring them out. So we're trying. We're doing mega shows now. So we'll do like 2 mega shows every tour, which has it's a Saturday and it'll have 10 bands. So we're doing one in Nashville this year, and I don't know where else the other mega tour is going to be. I think we're still working that out.
And when you've got a band like Seventh Day Slumber that's got just a huge catalog of music, how do you whittle down the songs to what you're playing night after night?
Well, this is the first time we used technology and analytics and streams. Normally, we just pick whatever we want to play, and whatever songs are more fun for us to play, we would pick those songs, and then what songs we're hearing that fans, if fans would send us a message going, man, I hope you guys play, Caroline, or I hope you guys play whatever, but this time we actually went to the analytics of it all from the internet and saw what was being streamed the most, what was being played on YouTube, what videos were being watched the most on YouTube, and we put a 10-song or 11-song, I think it's 11 songs together of the most streamed and played Seventh Day Slumber songs. And that's what we made our set list, what our fans listen to the most. And it's a pretty solid set list this year of songs that we're excited to play. Some that we haven't played in 5 years. So, but fans are still listening to it and streaming it, and they want to hear it. So we're going to play it.
Can you give us any little tease of what we might be able to hear on the tour this year?
Well, we're definitely playing. It's funny because we got people that are streaming stuff from all of our records, even our latest record, Found. There's a song called Sky is Falling that people are streaming like crazy, and Sky is Falling is it was one of our singles, but I didn't expect it to do as well as it's doing. I thought the single Found would do a lot better, but rock bands love the Sky is Falling. So we're playing that. We're playing like Caroline. We're playing old school stuff, like a song called Break Me, and we're doing Shattered Life from our Shattered Life album. We're doing Wasted Life, which is off of our Awake album, I believe. I don't know which song Wasted Life is off of, actually. We have 11 albums out, or 10 albums out or so. So I don't. But we're playing stuff off of definitely off the Shattered Life album, definitely off the Awake album. I think even a song off the Worship album that's probably our best seller so far, called Take Everything. But we're playing a song off of there from the Inside Out. But it's going to be a rock lineup. It's going to be a rock set list. So we have, I don't even know. I got to look at that set list again. But it's a good thing you asked me about that because I'm going out on the road in just a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, and I haven't even practiced these songs. So, look, I'm going to be honest with your listeners, man. I'm nervous. This is the first time that I've been nervous before a tour. I'm nervous because we did this set list differently. Like I said, we're playing what people are streaming, and some of these are older songs, but that are still getting tons of streams. And I'm like, man, I don't know how to play that. It's been years, and so I'm a little nervous. I want to do great for the fans. We want to play the songs they want to hear, but I've got to still learn these songs, and we want to put on the best show possible. And at the end of the day, the most important thing for us is that people leave there differently than when they came.
One last question I've got for you this morning. Out of all your songs, out of all the albums, what is your favorite Seventh Day Slumber song?
Well, my favorite one is a song that we never have ever played. We've never played it live. And it's a song I wrote to my 3 kids, and it's called Always. And that's off of our Awake album. And I believe it's off our Awake album. But anyway, I wrote that song. I had a dream that, you know how when dreams are really, like, so real, you wake up and actually, it takes you 5 or 10 minutes to figure out that it wasn't real. Like, I've had a few of those, but this one, I had a dream that I was dying, and I don't want to bring down the mood, but this is, you know, I had a dream that I was dying and that I only had a few months to live, and that I wanted my kids, I needed to leave my kids something. The next morning when I woke up, I had a dream that I was dying and that I had to tell my kids and everything like that. And so I woke up and it felt so real, I had to, you know, check myself. But I got in the studio and I was like, man, I know I'm not dying, but I want to write a song that if anything ever happened to me, that my kids would still always hear my voice and would still hear me talking directly to them and telling them that they need to keep God first, that he can change their life, that he's the center of their life, that they need to hear Daddy telling them that. And so I wrote that song Always to my kids.
Joseph, we appreciate you being on the show and look forward to seeing you on the City Rockfest Tour.
Thanks again, man.
God Rock is a presentation of Two Legit Productions and KKBS Radio, heard weekly on this station. God Rock is copyright MLS Communications. Questions, comments, concerns? Email us, godrock@kkbs.com.
You've got prayers.